What do you say, guys? Mick Gillispie, Chad Anderson under the weather tonight. So it's watch party is just a party of one, unless you guys are on there. So we'll see how it goes. Just gonna try to watch a little of this football game with you and see what happens here. Alabama playing on Saturday, so this is our college football fix on a Thursday, and this is Ole Miss 9-2. Mississippi State 5-6, and I think Mississippi State's going to get hammered in this game. I mean, you would think anyway, like the spread, but the spread's only 5. I mean, has any of you guys been surprised by that? Roll Tide, man. This is one of those like this is the best we got type thing. But the Egg Bowl, I love the fact that it's on Thanksgiving. You get to eat, get all your food in, and then you got a good college football game, a rivalry game. And of all these games, the one that's most memorable to me is the one where the guy hiked his leg up and pretended like he was going to piss on the pylon. And then last year, Mike Leach beat Lane Kiffin, and that was kind of a surprise. And then, we lost Mike Leach, which was so sad. Miss him so much. Happy Thanksgiving, Adam. I don't know. Is Mississippi State a disgrace? I mean, we'll find out. They're at home tonight. It's a rivalry game. There's an incomplete pass. So State got the ball and they went backwards 2 yards. Hey, roll Tide, Bob. What did you guys? How was your Thanksgivings? Throw it out there. Let me know what you thought. Like, did you get enough food? I spent mine down at the floor Bama. Former Bama fullback Baron Huber and his family. We were down there. It was great. It was like a potluck, like a Thanksgiving potluck, which is something that I don't know. Like he said, he was saying it today. Like we were just kind of like always wanting to do that, and we did that. Bama Bob. Roll Tide to you too. Happy Thanksgiving. Adams didn't help his girlfriend cook. I'm a pretty good cook myself, so I don't mind doing it. Like I'm a duck guy. If I'm cooking, it's a duck. Get the dog down. Sit down. Lay down. Sit. Lay down. Lay down. Down. Being attacked over here. Spreads like less than 2 touchdowns. I don't know how State's going to hold that together. Bob said he met his sister at the Western Sizzlin'. That's all you can eat. Save room for the buffet at the Western Sizzlin'. That's like Golden Corral. I love that place too. All right, let me put the dog. All right, I'm back. Watch this. 2nd and 10. Ole Miss with their first possession. I guess it helps Alabama if Ole Miss wins. I mean, I would think they beat both of these teams. But one of their best wins was against Ole Miss. Darren says ours is tomorrow. All right. I think like a lot of it, like Thanksgiving, I mean, we celebrated on Thursday, but if you can't get the family together, then you kind of just have to do it when everyone's together. Bob, you say you went deer hunting in West Virginia. I don't want to steal Jake Coker's thunder. He sent Ryan Anderson and me a picture today of this giant buck that he shot. So I'm sure he's happy. Like it was huge. Like, I mean, you got a rack. The thing's rack was like this. It's like, I don't know what it scored, but all right. State good defense, and they're forcing Ole Miss to punt. Probably it's like 4th and 5. They got Bama replay on SEC Network. I don't know. You know what? I'd love to watch replays, but this game intrigues me. I'm wondering, like, who is State gonna get as the new coach? Pretty good punt down at the 15-yard line. So, who's State gonna get as their coach? The tweet with Chadwick, the coach from Liberty, was fake apparently. So we all bid on it. You know, somebody put in there it was from Starkville. But I mean, I think he would be a good hire. I think it would be a good hire. I think if I was at Mississippi State, I'd have to be creative like they were with like they were with Mike Leach. I mean, you want to get somebody that's like, you know, that's going to be able to make up for the fact that it's hard to recruit there when you compare them to the rest of the teams in the conference. So, all right, here's Adam. Do you think there'll be a quarterback competition next year between Milrose, Sampson, and Laudergan? I don't. I mean, I just don't. I think Milrose is going to have the job. I think Simpson transfers. Laudergan ends up as the backup, and then Julian Sands behind him, and then it'll be Laudergan and Sand battling it out for the next starter job. I just don't think so. I think Simpson will probably bail. I mean, and I could be totally wrong. That's no inside information. That's just me thinking that that's a possibility. But Milroe right now, I mean, I know he's got issues. You know, sometimes the passing isn't always there in the mid-range, but the guy's winning football games. I mean, you know, that's all you want. Bama Bob says, you guys jump in on this too. I'm curious to hear what you think. We're at a commercial break right now. Who do you think is going to be the next coach at Texas A&M? Did I see this right, or was this kind of one of those deals where, you know, it's like a thing where I'm like looking at it and it might have been fake news, but that Texas A&M like go ahead and pay Kirby Smart like a boatload of money to go there? Can you imagine that? I mean, Kirby Smart went to Georgia. It's his dream job. He's won, 30 games in a row or whatever it is, 2 championships. I can't imagine that he'd want to go to Texas A&M. But I mean, what if you made the offer like $20 million? You couldn't turn it down. Like, I think what Saban's and those guys are around 11 million. I mean, can you imagine 20 million or 15 million? I mean, so I don't know. I think if you're Texas A&M and if you don't want to fall behind Texas, you got to go out and get somebody that can get the job done. And it's more than recruiting. I mean, the bottom line is that they didn't lose because of recruiting. They lost because they just lost. They never really had like a star quarterback, though. I mean, they had Johnny Manziel. That was Kevin Sumlin, not Jimbo. Here's the first play of the second possession for State, and it's a 2-yard run straight ahead. Much different offense. Dave Arnett, you got fired because you took over for Mike Leach and you got rid of all the coaches that ran that, the offense that he ran. Like if you wanted to like stick around, you probably just should have embraced the Mike Leach offense. And instead, like it's just like boring football. You got no identity. And I mean, really not much to hang your hat on type stuff. But Texas A&M, man, just thinking like if you had all the money, I mean, they're paying Jimbo 76 plus to $1 million to leave. You know, who the hell are you going to pay to take that spot, man? That is such a good question. I mean, if you could have anybody, I mean, I guess you would go Kirby. Is there there's a play? Did they get a first down? I see the cowbells. They got a first down. The cowbells are allowed to ring until the ball's isn't it until right before the snap? I like Mississippi State's helmets better. They say state in cursive. I like the M on there. A lot better than those. Sorry, it's been a long day. If you fire Jimbo Fisher and you don't go out and get like a top-notch coach, man, I don't know. What a waste. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even. I guess Lane Kiffin. You know, just watching this game. I mean, if he's always trying to leave Ole Miss, and I'm sure he would love to, to have that job because of the money that they have for NIL. But great question. And happy Thanksgiving to you, Brock. Roll Tide Roll. Mike Elko. Yeah, look, Mike Elko is one of those names you hear a lot. There's like a 5 or 6 names that always seem to come up around like a coach gets fired, and there's like 5 or 6 guys that you constantly hear that would be good. Mike Elko is one of those guys. I'm surprised that Mike Elko hasn't had like a better head coaching job yet. But I mean, I think he's someone. But I mean, are you firing Jimbo Fisher to hire Mike Elko? Talked about this last night. Oh, swing pass in the backfield, and the Land Sharks just destroyed a guy, and it's 4th down and punt for Mississippi State. Evan Stewart, wide receiver, says, the word is he's going to transfer most likely to Alabama. Good. You got to figure a lot of those guys that went there because they got paid to go there. And now that Jimbo's gone, they're probably like, hey, this is my chance to go somewhere where I can be developed and win a national championship. But I don't know. Adam thinks that maybe they fired the guy too soon. Davis was the guy that got tackled, and he's a little bit shaken up on the play. So they're going to a commercial up there. I don't know. Look, the crazy thing is if Texas A&M wins against LSU, they're 8-4, and that's not a bad record. I mean, and you beat LSU, but they obviously hired Jimbo Fisher in hopes of, of winning, national championships. Adam says Ryan Day. I've seen that. I've actually seen that. No, I mean, the thing about Ryan Day is if he loses again to Michigan, he might as well go there because they're going to want him out of Ohio State anyway. So that's just kind of one of those things that, it's like at Alabama. If you don't beat Auburn, and you're Alabama's coach, then you might as well go find another job. Trying to set up my other camera here. I may let the dog back in as we kind of just sit here and hang out. I don't know if that's a better view, but All right. Well, I'm muted, so there you go. We'll go back to this one again. I was wondering if you guys could hear me. That's just like a timeout. Paul says, Roll Tide from North Louisiana, Bama by 10. Well, that'd be a lot closer than I'm hoping tomorrow. I mean, over Saturday. I'm not. Maybe my expectations are too high, but I'm really not expecting Auburn to be able to hold Alabama to within 10. I'm not one of these people that's buying into hey, they got blown out last week by, hey, we got blown out by New Mexico, but we're just going to show up and play good against Alabama. I don't buy that. I think you are who you are in football, and and that's what that is. James, happy Thanksgiving to you, brother, and Roll Tide. All right, here we go, back on the action again. Ole Miss has good field position. They're getting at the 42-yard line. Another Roll Tide from James. And Bob's like, how about the money that Texas A&M's invested? I mean, man, I don't know how you can't, with that much money being invested, you wouldn't just give the guy a year or two more, even though you realize like he can't coach there. There's Judkins for like 6 yards. I don't know. I mean, what a bad contract to give that guy. Just the fact that they gave that guy up, State with a sack, that they gave that guy that type of contract. But I guess at the time they're looking, going, if we're going to get somebody that's won a national championship like Jimbo, we got to pay him. And yeah, not a good idea. And here's a third down play. A lot of cowbells. And the blitz. And they got him. Well, they just forced an incomplete pass. So State hanging in there early, doing their thing. Chad says if he feels any better, he might jump in. He took some meds. I was sick a couple weeks ago, so I'm not holding it against him. Brock says Auburn not scoring at 28 points on Bama's defense with Peyton Thorne. That's my thought too. I look at Auburn and I go, they're gonna scheme up some plays, some stuff will work. But when you like kind of look at where they're gonna be able to kind of find their success, I just don't think it's going to be sustained in any area. State got the ball back. Their guy returned it, but didn't go very far. So they'll have the ball around the 15-yard line for their next drive. Roll Tide forever. Did they bring back the Crimson Crane? Did they bring back the Crimson Crane Saturday? Anybody? I think they do. I think the Crimson Crane's coming back. James says, I still have a sneaking suspicion that Saban and Bama will screwed by the committee when they beat Georgia. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that Bama's done everything possible. I think that they need Oregon to beat Washington and then make it a 3-way tie with one loss. And even though Oregon is ahead of Alabama, the win over Georgia would just be so colossal that you would put Oregon and you would put Alabama and either Texas or Oregon in. The issue that Oregon runs into is that their conference folded. And so, like, they don't really have a lot. I mean, if you're the committee, are you really going to keep out Alabama and the SEC for a conference that doesn't exist anymore? And I just think that the only way that conference gets in for sure is if they have an undefeated Washington, where there's like no doubt. But if that committee's in a room and it's like, hey, are we going to leave out the SEC? They're the best conference in football every year. Or are we going to we're going to skate on, Bama? I don't know. There's a 3rd and 10 and golly, that was terrible. Will Rogers, awful pass. This isn't the Mike Leach offense, guys. Paul says if Brian Kelly loses one more, he's out at LSU. I don't know, man. I don't think so. He had such a good year last season, got so lucky that I don't think that they're going to get rid of him. They're not getting rid of him this year. And that may be just because of the season that they had last year, but they shouldn't have been in the SEC championship game last year. They weren't any good. I mean, look at the way they got their ass kicked by Georgia. Alabama might have beaten Georgia. I think they would have, but they lost to LSU. They went for it on 2, and they took advantage of a game that was wide open for them and cost Alabama, and that was that, right? But I don't think they'll fire him this year. I don't know. I run into LSU people, and I don't really get that sense that they're angry with him yet. So let me go ahead and do this too. Let me make a banner for this watch party just because some of you guys might not be watching the game. This is our first watch party. This was Chad's idea, and now he's sick. That's the funniest thing. All right, there you go. Throw that up there. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Oh, let me put the quarter up there too. All right, there's our score bug. Everybody's like, hey, did you have a good turkey day? I did have a good turkey day. The best part about it was that I didn't eat myself sick, which I got to tell you, if I'm at the wrong place, I'll just keep going up and getting plates of food. And, that's the danger of being somewhere where they actually have really good food. And not to say that they didn't have really good food at the Bama potluck, but it was like, 500 people in line. So you just kind of sit back and wait and until it was your turn. Oh, here's one. Paul says, I meet LSU fans every day and they say BK is out. I would be shocked, man. Honestly, man, I would be absolutely shocked if they fired him. With that said, I mean, it's a tough conference. I mean, and you got to even fake your accent to be able to try to get recruits on there. So that would be you talk about a stunner. That would be a stunner for me. I don't know. I don't think that the other thing is I don't think Louisiana has the money to like the Texas money. You remember like a couple years ago, they were having so much financial problem that they were talking about shutting down football, like the politicians were. That's a good way to lose your job, right? When you threaten to get rid of football, anything that allows the Cajuns to, have a party. Obviously, it was just your typical political bluster, but it was just that they were saying that, which was surprising to me. So I don't see Brian Kelly getting fired. I just don't. Adam said that Will Rogers should be put in prison for 10 days because of that last throw. Did any of you guys think, were any of you guys around when we were making fun of Chad for getting put in the clink for trying to sell his LSU Ohio State ticket? Were any of you guys like when that happened? The funny thing is like now that he's on the channel and it's been a long time now, he'll talk about it and it's funny. But at the time, like he didn't want to talk about it. Like it was not funny for a long time. Like I guess you have to work into something like that. I didn't realize that it was just where you were standing on the street that those guys like rang him up over, threw him in jail. But the funniest thing was, and I don't know if anyone thought it was funny except us because we thought it was funny, but that video with the gremlins that we played, there's a 3rd and 2 and looks like State held. Nice. A gang called the Gremlins. Louisiana is definitely its own place, man. Like there's just isn't anywhere like it. And I'm not even putting it down. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying like there's just in this country, I don't think there's anywhere like Louisiana. All right, here we go. They're going for it. 4th and 2. Oh, they're not going for it. They were faking like they were going for it. Just, I think Kiffin like has a good enough team now where you don't have to do a lot of that dumb stuff. And it's like, you can do it, but you're just like kind of costing yourself. You just don't want to put yourself in that spot. All right, I'm going to put this up here again and see if I can. And I'm going to turn that off. Switch that. Put that there. Turn that back on again. I'm going to sit back and hang out with you guys like this. There we go. Got it figured out. There we go. All right, let's see what Batman Gaming HD. The 2021 team was bad on the road all year. 2019 Tua had just got put out for the year, and 2017 was the team dead on offense, about to switch QBs, won the Natty because of it. This team's different. I agree, man. Like the first thing I'm going to tell you about this year's Bama team, and I know a lot of you guys that hang out on my channel also watch the podcast that I do with Jake Coker. And I'll tell you this, like, first off, I really like him. I mean, just as a person, like he's a good guy. He's fun to hang out with. Like, he's just a regular guy, just a good guy. And he's really honest. Like the tough part about having former players on is getting them to tell the truth, because they don't want to say anything, because they don't want to offend anybody. They don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. They don't want to do that. And I could see that. Like, hey, I might run into so-and-so, or, but he doesn't do that, man. He tells you what he thinks. And a lot of times we talk about that team and it's like, hey, is this Alabama team like the 2015 team? And my gut feeling is he feels like there's a lot of similarities. And I think it's because, he was like Milroe, like they didn't give him the job. And then, he was battling for the job and he had it and he lost it and then he got it back. And then he finally got the job. And I think that, according to the, his quotes in Phil Savage's book, he went up and kind of had it out with Saban over the way that things went. Basically just kind of being a guy who was like, hey, I want to, am I the quarterback or not? And then the guy went on to win the national championship. I think that if Alabama would have had him as their quarterback in 2014, they'd have won that one too. And it's not because I do a show with him. I've been saying that for those of you guys that listen to my shows in Tuscaloosa. I said that back then. I just never was impressed with Blake Sims. I always thought he was a great guy and a great competitor, but I just didn't think he was a great quarterback. And he actually overperformed in my mind. I think that was like Lane Kiffin's best job. I'm moving camera angles, by the way. But just the fact that they won the SEC with him, to me, of all the Alabama SEC championships, that's the one I'm the most impressed with. And then the next year, I was kind of shocked that, here's a nice little run by State. I was kind of shocked that he didn't get the job at first. 2021 or 2019 was frustrating to me, Batman, because, and this is if you guys ever heard me say, like, my aunt got mad at me for talking about Saban, I didn't say anything bad about him. I was just like kind of critical. I was critical about him playing Tua in that Mississippi State game anyway, because I'd gotten information that Tua was having a lot of problems walking. And Alabama was going to win that game whether Mac Jones or Tua played. And then he stays in there and he ends up getting a hip injury. And then the minute he got hurt, Alabama was done. Like, they weren't going to be able to beat Joe Burrow with him. There'd be a holding on that place coming back. Could have been a first down around the 50 for State. And I just mentioned that, and my aunt was like, you don't talk bad about Saban. So I'm always like kind of a little bit, I try to be nice about it when I criticize Nick. But I know how he is. Like, he's just motivated, kind of, we're doing it. We do it this way. But that year, they could have won the national championship. They could have beat Joe Burrow. And I just felt like Saban mismanaged that situation with Tua. 2017, Tua comes in, wins it, right? And then 2021 was the team where, you're right, they were bad on the road all year. And that was when you really kind of felt them slipping as a program. Like, maybe they didn't really have they just didn't have that desire to go on the road and send everyone home early. And it just didn't feel like the Alabama dominance that we had seen. And I feel like this team's kind of finding that again. I mean, we're gonna see what happens down in Auburn, but I think they're going to go in there and take care of business. And the reason I think they're going to take care of business is that I just feel like this team is going to do that. I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty confident in this Alabama team. So got a long way to go. Here's a everyday American. If we beat, there's a nice catch, but I don't think he got the first down. If we beat Auburn and Georgia, no way they keep us out. There's a way. I hope that's not what happens, but there is a way. I think they could do it. All right, State's going to punt. If we played Texas now, I think we'd smoke them off. Hell yeah, we would. This isn't even this Bama team now. Texas has gotten worse. It looks like Bama's gotten better. Bama's grown and grown and grown as the season's gone on. And that's kind of like, well, people keep saying, hey, this is like Saban's best coaching job. And I agree, man. I mean, this is what Saban's all about. Like, he's enjoyed this team because of the expectations. Where it's like, he's even said it, like, it's about going out there and playing football. I love that. If you guys aren't subscribers to the channel, I think most of you guys are. Make sure you subscribe. And if you're hanging out with us, give us a thumbs up. Uh-oh. Bentley near a first down got cracked. Let me put the score back up there. Still scoreless in the first. It's kind of surprising that it's such a slow start for Mississippi State and Jackson Dart. James says, real good point. Yeah, look, man, the committee's tired of Alabama. They're sick of us. They remind me of the scalper I ran into last time we were in Atlanta, and the tickets weren't like, they weren't astronomical like those guys want. And he goes, man, you guys ruined this. Because, we've been to the SEC championship game so much. We know we're not trying to pay hundreds of dollars for that game anymore. There's John. What do you, John? You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. We're still. You come up here. Come here. There's John. This is who I'm dealing with right here. He's trying to shake my hand. He loves to shake hands. But I feel bad for him because he's been in his crate all day because we had to go to Thanksgiving without him. No dogs allowed. Incomplete. So he's hanging out with us right now. I don't need him licking me. Let me ask you guys this. What scenarios do you guys have that would keep Alabama out? And it may, I mean, I can't imagine it there being any other than this. Florida State wins out. You know, whoever wins, Ohio State, Michigan wins the championship game and they go in. And then Washington wins again over Oregon, right? And then it comes down and Texas wins. Is that the only way that Alabama's out? Jackson Dart as a holding. Incomplete. So we got a minute and 42 seconds left, and maybe I should put the I may put the score bug up here just so you guys can see what's going on. What kind of watch party is this when we don't even have the score up there? State's offense is just not good. They're nothing about their offense screams to me like they're going to get anything done. All right, there you go. Got the screen up there. All right, here's what Adam thinks. Ohio State or Michigan will lose, right? Washington or Oregon will lose. We beat Georgia. 3 out of the 4 teams ahead of us have a loss. Then there's no way they put FSU in without Travis. And I don't, that's the question I got is what do you do if you're the committee? Because you're right. I mean, do you are you gonna keep Florida State out if they're undefeated because their quarterback got hurt? I don't see Florida beating them, but I think Louisville could beat them. And no one's talking about Louisville. Louisville beats them. They beat Kentucky on Saturday. They beat them. And they're a one-loss team going into a major bowl game. And they got a good program. I mean, they've got a good stadium. That area of the country is an area where there's a lot of good football players and athletes. You know, we really haven't seen Louisville as a team that you have to keep an eye on since they had the Ravens quarterback who won the Heisman. It's an interception and it's coming back. Just let him run it in, right? He's all the way to the 5, and Ole Miss was offsides. That would suck. You get the big play, and then you're off. Your team's offsides. If Florida State loses, Washington loses, and Alabama wins out there, I think Bama's in for sure. In any one of those, like, you just get rid of one team and they're in. The only way they're going to be out is if they'd have to have everybody kind of in front of them lose. We're at the first half's over and it's scoreless, by the way. So I guess I need to update my graphic here. Adam says Buckner should transfer to Mississippi State. I don't think Buckner could start anywhere after what I saw. If I was him, I'd probably go somewhere like Jackson State or something. Jersey Dolphins, what's up, dude? Roll Tide, man. Chad's sick, so it's just me on, and this is totally Chad's idea for a watch party. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And really just to hang out with you guys. Some people just know. Well played, my friend. Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate. It starts with the stuff. Talking something so simple. It makes it all good. I'm Swiss made since 1880. What was for those of you guys that are hanging out right now, what was the best thing you had today at Thanksgiving? I did I had turkey, I had ham, I had it's just like a little peppering of stuff. Nothing really stood out to me. I had a really good piece of cornbread and some roll, like a roll with cranberry sauce. But I don't know, man. Nothing that really was like that, like blew me away. You guys tell me what you had. I'd say one of my grandmothers before she passed away, she used to do John, stop. She used to do oyster dressing, which was honestly, as bad as that sounds, it was fantastic. I love this. I had a really good shot of Old Crow. Okay. All right, here we go. It's 3rd and 4. And it's, of course, it's incomplete. Roll Tide, Steven. Did you have Jersey Dolphins? Did you have a good shot of Old Crow or some cornbread? 4th and 4. So State is going to punt. This is, if you're State and you want to win this football game, I don't think playing scoreless is going to win it for you. I mean, I just feel like Ole Miss at some point is going to start generating some offense. But this is what Auburn would have to have against us to be able to compete. They would have to be able to kind of have this type of game, like nothing going on, get some confidence. And if you're Alabama, you just don't want to play into one of these, Fewest combined yards in first quarter over last 20 seasons. So last year, I felt like Ole Miss, the reason they lost is because Lane Kiffin was thinking he was going to Auburn. And I think Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin has some off the field stuff that haunts him. And I think Auburn probably was like, man, we're not doing this, you know. The crazy thing is Lane Kiffin's never been in trouble he's never gotten kicked out of a program like Hugh Freeze did. So there's a 2nd and 10 pass for like 4 yards. So it's not like Ole Miss is doing anything spectacular right now. Are you guys watching college or are you guys watching the NFL? Steven, this is exactly what I think too. I expect AU to play lights out for a quarter, then the talent separates itself. I think I think there's so many ways that Auburn gets beat in this football game. And the one that's the worst is if Alabama comes into this game and attacks them like they have a lot of the opponents lately. I think that it could be ugly. They have to have this kind of game to make it close. And I agree with you. I mean, like, I think Auburn plays close for a half and maybe like, beginning of the second half, and then Alabama eventually gets it figured out. Tell us some fireside chat Lane Kiffin stories. Leaving tracks on the strip. Oh, man. I've got them, but I'm not telling them. And I would love to tell them, but they're not my stories to tell. And I don't think it's just the strip. His reputation has was long before he came to Alabama. But he can coach, man. I mean, like, uh-oh. Whoa. Wow. Juckins just ran over like four dudes for a first down. I'm going to tell you, man, like I go to lunch with my man, Chris Lowe. I love Chris Lowe. You guys love Chris Lowe too. He's on the show. I probably should have asked him to come on. Maybe next week I'll have Chris on. I just think he's a great guy. He's one of my favorite college football people. I've been friends with him for a long time, and I just have a lot of respect for him. I think he's the best in the business. And I've told him this before, at lunch, man. I just think Kiffin offensively, like just the offensive, like game planning and stuff is as good as there is. The way that the guy will scheme up an offense, the misdirection and all of that. He's got all this baggage that we're not going to talk about on here. I'm just telling you, for those of you that think he's coming to Alabama, I mean, he's got so many skeletons. But besides that, it's like this guy, he just has this ability to like, oh, there you go. Oh, 15 yards. Come on. There it is. Dart slid. He got hit in the head by a State guy, 15 yards. This is the drive that Ole Miss like scores, and then State isn't going to be able to do anything offensively, and it turns into a blowout. And the funny thing about Kiffin, as good as he is that when people that have been around him for a while get together, all you talk about are Lane Kiffin stories. Everybody's got one that's crazier than the other one. That's the truth. Steven's talking about how Saban resurrects a lot of coaches. I'll tell you this, Steven, like, first off, that's true. And, talking about Kiffin or anybody else, none of us are perfect, man. Like, in my mind, and none of us are without sin. None of us are without fault, like we all have our issues, and so I'm not the kind of guy that's like out there going, man, this guy, like he's, he did this and he did that, because I think we all kind of have the same, we deal with the same stuff, it's different for everybody, but nobody's perfect. And Saban's been just an amazing coach as far as just like helping people get their careers going again. I love him. I mean, it's like he just does that. I used to hear stories about Kirby and Kiffin not being too close as when they were assistant coaches. I wonder how much of that's true and how much of it isn't. Because I'm not in there every day, but Kirby's like the closest thing to Nick Saban. He's like little Nick, I mean, he learned from the master, and he's really good, and he does a lot of things right, whatever. He's won back-to-back championships, and it's all the Nick Saban formula. Like, what he's going to say in the press conferences because he learned it from Nick. But I'd say of all the coaches that have had their careers resurrected, it's Kiffin. I mean, the guy got left on a tarmac, like who would have ever thought that he would kind of be in this spot? All right. So there's a 2nd and 10. So that's 3rd and 5 now. Ole Miss is at the 20. Or third, no, I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 7 from the 20. And now everybody's cranking up the cowbells. Funny video this week was Kiffin talking about the cowbells. Like, how is this even legal? Like, how can they do this? Well, it's tradition. All right, so Judkins for like 2. And now it's 4th down, and I'm guessing Ole Miss kicks here. Yeah, they're going to send out the kicking team. What do you guys think about Tom Hart? You like him as a play-by-play guy? Have you ever heard the story of Kiffin being tackled during practice? No, I have not heard that one. All right, so there you go, 3-0. Oh, that didn't go. Come on now. There we go. There's our first score update. 3-0, although you guys can see it on the game tractor. I've never heard the story of Lane Kiffin being tackled at practice. I love it, though, when Saban just like was screaming at him that one time. And I feel like that's why I just my gut feeling is like Kiffin never really got over that. And that's why he always tries to troll Saban, but it never works. Like he eventually, I think he'll beat Saban, I mean, because he's a good coach and he's got good teams. And, you figure at some point, like he's gotten close, but the more shit talk that guy does, the more I want Alabama to win, So, Brett Elmore, good play-by-play for a Thursday night game. I love Tom. I'll just tell you guys that. I do love him. I mean, I've been friends with him for a long time. So, Brett, I thought you were going to get your camera and come on the show with me. Chad's got, he's sick. So this was his brainchild here to do a watch party for this game. And, He's not even on there. Oh, Adam's saying Kiffin to Colorado and Coach Prime to A&M. I'm going to tell you this right now. Ryan Anderson, funny dude, man. Funny dude. And he knows I like Coach Prime. And he asked me about Coach Prime. And Coach Prime's not having the year that he thought he was going to have. But I still like Coach Prime. I know that some of the stuff he says is kind of like provoke, a little bit. It's not like what Coach Saban does. He's kind of got his own way of doing things. But I like him, man. I like the fact that now all of a sudden you got to watch Colorado, like he just makes it's much now they're getting their ass kicked every week. But before it was like worth watching, but they have no offensive line and it is costing them dearly. I mean, they're getting pummeled every week, which is so sad. I hate that for Coach Prime. If I was Florida though, you can tell that Deion Sanders is going to have a good team. Like he's eventually going to have a squad. If I was Florida, I don't know about Texas A&M because they got the money to buy anybody. I mean, they could literally go buy Kirby if they wanted to. If you're paying Jimbo to sit at home, why not pay Kirby $20 million and just go get him? Because if he goes there, he's going to win a national championship. And it might not take long. All right, so here's the kickoff. 8:23 left. And a touchback. I'm still being harassed by my dog as we sit here. You guys think like golden doodles, they're super nice dogs, but they're annoying nice. I used to have a Jack Russell back when I was in college at Alabama. And if you got on his nerves, he'd bite you. This dog is he's like a 70-pound teddy bear. All right, here we go. Reverse. They their best play call is 5 yards. They just look like overwhelmed in this game right now, State. Selfishly, the Alabama fan in me wants State to hire. Wants Ole Miss, Texas A&M to hire the wrong coach. Because with all the resources that they have, the right coach would be that could be like disastrous. Disastrous. All right, here's my buddy Bull Corey, Brett Elmore. I don't know if you're still hanging with us, but you sent me this today. We lost one of our friends this year. His guy's name was Bull Corey, and he owned a restaurant in Oakland, Alabama. And I got to know him, 25 years ago. He was really like my big brother. He would try to give me wedgies and noogies, and I'm just kidding. He was just a jokester, and he'd pick on you, but nobody else could really pick on you. He just was that kind of guy. And he owned a steakhouse, and he did concerts back when I was in school. That's how I got to know him. But he was just a great guy. And he used to do this like Sunday country radio show that I listened to every week too. I just miss him so much. He died of a heart attack. But he had this list of Thanksgiving tips, and I'm going to give them to you guys. And I know that most of you have already had your Thanksgiving, but we're at a commercial right now anyway. So in this commercial break, I'm going to give you guys these tips from Bull Corey. Number one, remember, drive your own vehicle. If you're at family and like a fight breaks out, you got your own vehicle, you can get the hell out of there. Number two, don't drink moonshine. Well, before lunch, moonshine brings out the worst in people. Bull used to drink Wildcat whiskey that he bought in Barry, Alabama. He's gone now. So I can tell you that, long before I ever drank moonshine, I used to ride with him. So I remember him going to like a guy's house. I'd wait in the car 25 years ago and he would buy the moonshine. Who knows if that guy even has a still anymore? Now you can legally buy moonshine. Don't discuss Junior's academic achievements. He's a future copper thief. He's like talking about like how somebody's like blowing up a family member, their kid, and they're really like they're gonna end up like in an RV selling, making meth in the middle of the desert. This is why I was kind of cautious about what I ate today. Know who cooked it. This is important. I'm at the Floor Bama and they had their potluck, covered dish Thanksgiving. And I went through and I got some stuff, but I didn't really know where it all came from. And I was, first off, there was the entire room had dishes all the way around. Like, it was crazy how much stuff they had in there. They took the Floor Bama took care of the turkey and the ham, and then everyone else brought all the other stuff. And so I'm looking in there and I'm like remembering Bull telling the story of this aunt that he had that used to help cook Thanksgiving, and she had like one of those ladies that had like 11 cats, and they would be on like the table and stuff. And so every dish today that I wasn't sure about, I just imagined some lady with 11 cats, like their cats are like on the table, or like their dog's like licking the bowl. I don't know, but it's one of his Thanksgiving tips. All right. Have an air freshener and plunger located and ready. I think that's a good tip. All right, we're back to the action here. I'll give you the rest of his tips. That's a 3rd and 5. And State is going to be short with 7:05 and counting to go in the fourth down play in the second quarter. All right, they're going to pretend. They're pretending like they're going for it. There's no damn way they're going for this. There's just no way. They're lined up like they're going. Okay, they're really going for it. And they got it. Okay. Well, it was a good play call. They stacked everyone at the line of scrimmage, and then they handed it off and got like a 8-yard run. It was a jet sweep to Thomas. Okay. You know what? If I'm an interim coach, I'm doing as much of that as I want to do, because why the hell not? They're not going to hire you. You might as well just go out there and like make something happen. All right. So this is a first down play from like the 43. Like they can run right into their line and nothing going. State with the maroon. Last year they played their bowl game. They had the pirate hats on. And I love those. They should just change their logo to the pirate for Mike Leach. Here's Rodgers. And another just like 2-yard pass. Rodgers could have transferred and cleaned up on NIL this year. I think a lot like him and guys like him were probably like, they didn't want to transfer because they had so much loyalty to Mike Leach. But man, what a step back to where they were last year. And Mike Leach, one of my favorite all-time coaches. I loved his press conferences and his personality. And all right, 3rd and 8, handoff. They get it to the 50. Now they're probably going to punt for real this time. They're down 3-0. But I mean, this is the kind of game that State would want, right? I mean, they're moving the ball. enough just to like move this roll the clock. They're only down 3. Maybe fake a punt? No, they're punting. All right, fair catch at the 9-yard line. All right, so let me get back to my list so you guys can. Number 5 was have an air freshener or plunger located and ready. Lock your medicine cabinet and get ready for your family on the way to Thanksgiving dinner. Lock your medicine cabinet. That's so funny. Adams, he can't stand the way that he can't stand the way Will Rogers is playing. Arrest Will Rogers. Get this guy out of here. Great point by Steven. Ole Miss is a prime example how a team is better than average, having a great season, go up and play elite teams like Bama and Georgia, take a loss and just come unglued. The thing about like where college football is it like Alabama and Georgia, they're just it's all the Nick Saban program, man. I mean, it's more than just the starters. It's the way that you develop the entire roster. And Kirby's taken that same philosophy and done the same thing with it that Nick Saban has. And Saban did this at LSU. I mean, you'd play those guys and they'd have just lines of dudes that they would bring at you. You know, just waves. So Alabama lost to Texas this year. They were disarray on defense. You know, they had issues with getting the defensive play call in. Saban fixed that. Milroe had no chance of being able to orchestrate a drive and go down the field. And then over the course of time, they just have figured it all out. You know, and I think if they played Texas, that they would kill them. I'm wondering, like, I think Alabama would have no problems with Texas, Florida State. That Georgia game is going to be a tough one. I think they're going to win it. But it's going to be tough. I mean, if they make mistakes, they'll lose. And honestly, like the team that really worries me are the two teams, Oregon and Ohio State. I think those are the two teams that could beat Alabama if they got into the college football playoff. Florida State, Texas, I think they'd beat Washington. You know, I think it would come down to for them. I mean, I think it would be. It's just Georgia's going to be tough, and we'll find out. I mean, they're playing them. If Alabama struggles in the Iron Bowl, I think it's going to tell us. It'll surprise me first of all, but it'll tell us a lot more about what this team is all about. All right, he got the first down, handoff, got it to the 20, and then got pushed back. Dog's back outside again. All right, here's Dart. Up, he's going to run. There's another first down. 3-0. If Ole Miss scores a touchdown at the end of this half, I think that Alabama would be in a lot of trouble. I mean, Alabama, Mississippi State. What do you guys think? Judkins. State trying to hang in there. All right, here we go. 2:17, 3rd and 6. Hey, can you imagine the Auburn fans if Alabama won 56-14? Incomplete. All right, punt time. That would be, I would love that. Adam says like 24-3 Ole Miss. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the. How long is the drive from Oxford to Stark Vegas? Maybe two and change. Made it. I've made that trip before. One of our sponsors is Pearl River Resort. It's for you guys that are in Alabama. It's a really fun place. It's like it's in Philadelphia, Mississippi. So it's about, man, I want to say it's like 40 minutes from Starkville, maybe 50. Maybe I don't know. I'm thinking Jackson. Anyway, it's not far from Starkville. But it's fun. Like they got a sports book and, they got like 2 casinos and great golf course. And it's just a lot of fun. It's kind of off the beaten path, but that's kind of part of the charm of the place, be able to go there and hang out. So 3-0 at the half. Pretty good first half. For State, pretty good first half. I mean, the line in this one, I was thinking like Ole Miss is going to cover. It's like 11. Steven said he used to play golf and poker over in Philly. Did you like the Dancing Rabbit, Steven? Dancing Rabbit golf course? Because I think that place is sweet, man. I like it over there. Like, I like it. I think it's a fun place. I'm not as much on the table games as I am the going in and gambling. I like betting on the games. Adam, you want Ole Miss to lose, and you're not getting any help from your guy. Oh man, 3-0, and one more drive left for. One more drive left for Mississippi State. And there's my favorite commercial, the Shaq-a-roni. I got a Shaq-a-roni a couple weeks ago. It was actually pretty good. I love Shaq and Charles Barkley in that NBA halftime show that they do on TNN. I just, those guys make me laugh. It's like the only show where people are like real on there. Like a lot of these broadcast executives, they hire people that are like kind of plastic, and they don't have personalities. I mean, you guys know that, and it's like that show. That doesn't work. Like they don't roll with that. Like you got to be on there and kind of be legit, real, and it's fun. I don't even like the NBA. I just like watching those guys. And when Shaq and Barkley get after each other, like that's good TV to me. If you're just hanging out with us, Thanks for hanging on the Tailgate channel. We're going to be at the Floor Bama tomorrow, so I'm going back down there for the Tailgate show. So we'll do the recording of the show, and then it'll play on radio in Alabama on Saturday. So we're looking forward to that. We had a good time down there tonight. All right, minute 48 seconds left. Oh, State with a first down pass. They're going tempo now. Got it at the 32. All right, incomplete. I don't remember in my lifetime an active head coach dying in the as the coach like Mike Leach. I mean, I know it's happened in football history. I just don't remember like the last time that a coach that was actually like active head coach just, passed away. Oh, the offense is terrible. I mean, no wonder Arnett got fired. Like, what a terrible offense. I mean, just bad play calls. None of that stuff works. Turkey sandwich. They're talking about turkey sandwiches. All right. Minute and 26 seconds left. 3rd and 10 for State. Let's see what they do. The problem is that they're going to give Ole Miss a lot of time left. Oh, man. Okay. First down to the 45-yard line. And so they got blitzed. Perfect pass. I mean, look, they're a play away from being in field goal range. Rodgers completion to the 40. So like a 4-yard pass. So we're at a minute now. 2nd and 6 from the 40. Well, 30, 39. Here's Rodgers again. Oh, there we go. It's going to be a first down. Right on the sticks with 51 seconds left. So this is good. Adam, you interrogate him now. He's moving the ball. James. It was Alabama wearing those New Mexico jerseys last week. New Mexico State. All right, here's an inside handoff. All right, they're in field goal range inside the 30 to the 28. I just can't, honestly, man. Like, I can't believe Auburn got their ass kicked by New Mexico State. All right, here's another pass. Not going to be a first down, but 2 yards short with 25 seconds left. They're starting to blitz Rodgers, and that Pete Golding defense is just not. It's just not working. So it's 3rd and 2 right now. We'll see what they do. 3rd and 2. Handoff. Oh, terrible play call. Picked up a yard. So there's one of your timeouts. It's 4th and 1 from the 24. And I'm guessing that a little fly in here. I'm guessing you're going to kick a field goal and tie this game. All right, Steven, let me throw this up there. I love a compliment, man. Really, I do really appreciate it. Says you do a great job on the podcast. I'm going to tell you guys this, man, and I'm going to be honest. And Steven, I do appreciate it. I never thought that I'd ever be doing this. I'm like a play-by-play guy by trade. And, I did the tailgate show for a long time. All right, they're kicking for the field goal right now to tie the game. And anyway, we did the tailgate show, and that was kind of like my job when play-by-play baseball was over. And, and then during COVID, here, I'll give you the kick first. Here's the snap, the kick, it's up, and he missed it. The guy missed it. So it's 3-0. Okay. Anyway, typical, right? So we're going to move to Chicago. I thought I was going to be doing play-by-play and doing some of this stuff for the Cubs, and then COVID happened, and then things kind of changed, and I ended up down here. And I got an opportunity. Well, really what happened was I started doing the show, my tailgate show, and I was like, and now I'm all over the place. Let me really give you guys here. They're going to take a knee here. Jackson Dart's going to take a knee. Or is he? No, he's going to hand it off. All right. Got a first down, but I think it's 3-0 at the half, looks like. Or are they going to go for 8 seconds left? All right, they're going to the halftime. All right, anyway, let me start this over again. I feel like I need to tell this one. So anyway, I did the tailgate show on a radio station in Tuscaloosa, and they fired me during COVID because, they hired interns to take my job. And I get it. I mean, that's just, the radio stations weren't making a lot of money. And then I decided to do the show myself and put it on Jocks, which, has been great, kind of putting the radio show on there. And then we've kind of branched out across the state with it. And I wanted a digital place so that, we could kind of take care of the, like the digital audience. And I asked Andrew Bone, I was like, hey, you got any ideas? And he's like, yeah, man, let me talk to the guy that I work with. And he talked with Kyle Henderson. And Kyle called me, and, he was with Rivals, and we started like just putting the show on there. And then not too long after that, Kyle, brought me on to do more than just the tailgate show, which the tailgate show was just, it really wasn't, I didn't even work for him. I just put the show on there to have like a digital presence. And I like Kyle a lot. And I appreciate him for doing that. And then he taught me a ton about like digital media. And then we just started growing, like things just started going crazy. And then we left Rivals and we went to On3, and that was cool. I mean, I love On3, man. I got so much respect for the guy that built it. It's this guy named Shannon Terry. I mean, he's like, man, in the sports world, like in the world of the stuff that we do, he's just the top of the mountain. And we were there, and then, one day, like him and Kyle broke up, and then they canceled us, and we didn't have anywhere to go, And so I just started, like, that's how this got started. Like, I didn't really know where I was gonna like put my stuff, but in between there, we just had a lot of fun. Like, it really wasn't what I expected to do, but the fun part about it is, it honestly is just kind of hanging out with you guys, man. Just like talking about football and getting into all that stuff, So that was my point. It was a kind of a long, it was like a long way to get to it. But what I want is just to have a place where we all just kind of hang out and have a good time and talk football. So, man, I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you. John, thank you, man. Thank all of you guys. All right, here's one. When you brought Bone on the other day and you were his dog. Look, Steven, I brought Bone on, and that part, the dog part, was the part that we just do for the digital audience, which is you guys, right? And Bone comes on, and we talk before you guys even see us, before we go live, And Bone's my guy, man. Like, he's one of my boys. Like, I've been friends with Bone for a long time. He's a great guy. Like, forget about how good he is at his job. He's just he's a great guy, and he's a friend. so I look up, and his dog jumps up. So like here's Bone's dog. Bone's got 2 small kids. Life for him is a lot different than it was a couple of years ago. God bless him. John says Shannon Terry's the man. Like, Shannon Terry's like the Elon Musk of like this shit, like he's just he's like the guy that just figures out a way to do it. Kyle's great too, man. Like, Kyle taught me all this stuff. Like, and like, he just, the funny thing about Kyle is, like, Kyle didn't go to school for any of this. He just taught himself how to do it. And he taught himself how to do it well. And there's a really, like, I love it when Kyle, like, when he gets locked in, he's good, so. You never know in life what's gonna, like, how things are gonna bounce out or whatever. But Kyle, I pull for Kyle, and I don't look at it with these sites like I'm competing with Kyle or I'm competing with On 3 or, Tony should call us and he's back at Rivals. There's enough content. Like, you guys can watch them and watch us, and it's not like we're competing. It's not like when Letterman and Jay Leno were going head to head. It's just not like that anymore. We can all do our thing, and it just gives people that like content more shit to watch, So that's kind of how I look at it. You should bring in the cigar shop owner. Let me text him. If he's available right now, I'll get him to come on. I'm going to text him right now. That's Reagan. Reagan is definitely funny. Texting him right now. If he can come on, I'll bring him in, man. if there's no telling what Reagan's doing right now. Reagan's having the best year of of gambling that he's ever had in his entire life. Like, it's crazy. He's beating Kenny White in a season-long competition of picking games, I mean, it's tight. Like, he's got a 1-game lead with 2 weeks left to go. Kenny's one of the best. I mean, really. Like, and you guys know, you watch the show, he just is. Like, he's on CBS all the time. The guy's been, like, handicapping forever. He's a sharp. He's freaking good, man. And, you know, like, I was telling him the other day, I was like, you're like just how crazy it is. Like, you're actually beating Kenny White by a game with 2 to go. I told him that, like, before Kenny got on with us. Like, like, think about that for a second. And it's not that Kenny's having a bad year. They're just, Reagan's just had a phenomenal year. You know, like, this is the best year he's ever had.
Year, 18 plays of 40-plus yards they gave up. This year, 1. Best in the nation. That's a big reason why.
All right, I'm texting him right now. See, he says he's watching the game, so. Chad got sick. so I found out, like, literally like 20 minutes before this thing started that Chad was sick, so we weren't going to have him. And then I was like, do I do this or do I don't do this, you know? And I was like, well, we'll just do it and see how it goes.
Michigan 1-2. It's an unbelievable turnaround of a rivalry that had been dominated by Ohio State. And the game day game will be live from the University of Michigan, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, getting you ready for the game. It comes your way on ESPN.
Dude, love that, man. Thank you. I'm putting that up right now, man. Adams, Mick, tell Chad to drink Yingling Flight and he'll feel better. Man, thank you, dude. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for hitting us with the super chats. Man, it really does mean a lot, you know. Like, you don't even know, like, but I just can tell you, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thanks for hanging out with us and calling in on the post game, and being part of what we're doing here, man. A huge part of it too, by the way. And when I talked to Cheryl Yingling, I told her that you got your girlfriend drinking Yingling Flight, so thank you. What's Yingling Flight? Yingling Flight is basically Yingling's Mick Ultra. You know, it's like that low carb, low cal beer. All right, Reagan says he's coming on. All right, I'm going to send Reagan the link. Since you guys want him, you're going to get him. Honestly, I think I like Ultra. I'm not saying I don't like Ultra. I just think Yingling Flight is like a better flavor light beer. Like a, ultra light beer. The problem with the name Flight is that in the world of beer drinking, which I do a lot of, a flight refers to like going into a brew pub and picking like 3 or 4 different type of beers and trying them. It's just confusing. So if I would have named it, I probably would have came up with something like Ultra. But it's a great beer. It's a really good beer. And it's great if you're trying to lose weight. All right, I just sent Reagan. You guys want Reagan? I'm getting him on here right now. The cigar shop owner. But thank you, man. Thank you. What do you guys think the best college football rivalry is, not counting Alabama and Auburn and not counting Michigan, Ohio State? Although we say that's a rivalry, and up until 2 years ago, it was always Ohio State. There's Reagan. Reagan.
How do?
We're asking for you, man.
Were they?
They said get the cigar shop owner guy on.
Cigar man. Get the cigar man on here.
So
we need to talk about Phoenix.
Let's talk about Dad Reagan. Are you still waiting, or did it happen?
Yeah, still waiting.
Okay.
Yep.
So when are we thinking here?
I mean, I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm ready. I like, could it happen now? Like, come on. I mean, like, is it asking too much?
Oh, look.
Asking too much?
Hold on. Let me just say this. It's no cigar shop. That's a mansion.
It is a mansion.
That's a mansion. You're right, brother. Right. You are right, man.
Yeah. That's no moon. That's a space station. Yeah.
I saw you decorated your son's room with Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I too bad you can't put the picture up on here.
I love Star Trek, dude. I love Star Wars and Star Trek.
I mean, am I asking too much to say, hey, could you just get the thing out by kickoff? I mean,
I don't know, dude. Like I with these kind of things, the thing that you just ask is just that everything goes well,
Well, I mean, that goes without saying. But could everything go well by kickoff?
Yeah.
Or could we just hey, could you hold off until after the game's over?
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't know.
Do it during the game. Right. Like don't come popping out at halftime or something.
Yeah. Like, hey, don't watch it be like kicks off and she's like, hey, my water broke. And I'm like, well, that's really tough, babe. It just kicked off. We'll take you to the hospital after the game's over.
Right. Right. You know what? I'm not going to say that. I did pop it up there. You said the other day that and you were right. Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yep.
Over the Beavers. But my uncle told me that that the Beavers are undefeated.
Well, your uncle's right. Your uncle is right.
And I didn't say that. And then when I was listening to the replay on radio, I was like, man, I totally missed.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
a lot of things that I end up thinking about that I say that I'm like, I wish I had said this. Like, there's lots of Phoenix jokes, obviously. Right. They kind of write themselves.
They do.
But there was one the other day on Phoenix, and I was going to say, well, I don't think Phoenix has any use for Trojans because they're not going to be able to wrap him up tonight, or something along those lines, about Michael Penix.
Right.
And, making the condom joke,
No, I know where you were going. You didn't. Yeah. You didn't have to
some people might be like,
oh, not here. Not this audience. This audience gets it,
The Beavers,
I was telling them that how funny it is that with 2 weeks left, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but 2 weeks left, you leading Kenny White is hilarious because I mean, let's just say what it is. Kenny White kicks ass, dude.
He's trying to bet $1 million a weekend.
Good. He's so good.
Yeah. Bets $30,000 on a Sunday morning. And I'm over here man, if my $5 to win $200 doesn't pay off, I'm sweating.
I know. Adam
I'm
wants
not
me
to do that, Adam. I'm not going to do that. I'm really sorry.
You're not going to waterboard.
We're not kidnapping and waterboarding. Sorry. Call George W. Bush. Maybe he can help you out.
Oh man.
Obama too.
Are you confident this week? What games do you guys have different? Like, I know you guys kind of picked about the same. Do you even pay attention to that?
Yeah.
I'll pull it up. Hold on. I'll tell you right now.
I think we both took Oregon. I think he took Michigan, and I took Ohio State.
Yeah. No. You guys both took Oregon.
Yeah.
We all took Ohio State.
Okay.
You took Florida State, and so did he.
Yeah.
He took Auburn, and you took Bama.
Did he really?
Yeah.
We picked 5 games, didn't we?
No,
Or did we just
4.
do 4?
Yeah, because we did the
Okay, so
because
like
the one game's on
realistically,
Friday,
so
tomorrow.
he's either gonna be tied or I'm gonna be 2 up on him going into the championship weekend.
I know, wouldn't that be something?
What's the line? Is Alabama 10.5?
14.5. Well, we did it
Okay.
at 14.
I
I
still
think they're
feel
gonna
good
kick
about
their
that.
ass, man. I just think Bama's gonna kick their ass.
Yeah, I don't see. I just like being a Liberty guy, right? Because
You graduated from Liberty. What do you think about Chatworth?
yeah, Chadwell, I love him.
Chadwell.
But like that's the thing, like being a Liberty guy, like
Is he going to state?
I had to, deal with Hugh Freeze because he was our coach. But like I got to be honest, like I'm so glad that I don't have to be like, I don't care that Hugh Freeze used a university phone to call up hookers for players. I know that he he apologized and he, like the blood covers a multitude of sins. Like, and I do believe that. And like, I hope his thing is genuine, his like newfound Christianity that he's got. I
don't know him that well. Was this something
I
that
don't,
just kind of popped in?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, he's very, very vocal about it, and he's very vocal about his faith, which I do think is cool. But it's also one of those things that it's also like, well, why were you calling hookers on a university phone type of thing? You know
Was
what I
it
mean?
hookers or was it strippers?
Okay, either way, right?
I don't know. I'm just asking you. I didn't really know.
I thought it was hookers. Maybe it was strippers. I don't know.
Whatever.
It was questionable women, right? Like it's not something that you should have been doing on a university phone either way.
What about? I honestly, which is funny, is our audience is pretty smart here.
Yeah.
And he's saying, what about Jerry Falwell's son used that same phone?
Well,
I saw that. I saw that show, so I know what he's talking about.
Glad I don't, yeah. Yeah. I've made some I've made some watching jokes too. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm into watching too. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck. Glad I don't have to defend him anymore either. Right? I mean, like,
he's gone too.
Yeah. So it's really nice to be able to actively root against Hugh Freeze again.
Oh yeah. All right. So here we go, guys. We're going to start the third quarter.
Yeah.
Chad wanted to do this watch party.
Who's Chad?
Chad from my channel. Chad Anderson. Okay. And then he got sick.
Sad. So you're stuck with me.
Yeah, well, I found out no, I'm glad you're here because I did the first half and I'm like, everybody's going to be like, well, what the hell is what is Mick going to talk about? I wasn't even going to do it. And then I'm like, I got to do it, man. Because we said we're going to do it.
We got Jackson Dart under center out of the shotgun, receiver in motion, and it's a handoff up the middle. And
no, it's not like that.
That's 4 yards.
That's disseminating. You just say afterwards you're like, there's a handoff and he got 4 yards.
If we did play by play,
I'm calling it literally. Don't. There's probably a law against that. It is really? When they read that thing where they're like,
Oh, and it's a toss and he tripped up. He got 3 yards.
You're ahead of me right now, so you're ruining this for me. You're
it's
telling
like
me
to me on the radio.
What do you think about Eli Gold? Are you an Eli Gold guy?
I don't want to. I look. Don't ask me. I live here. Don't ask me questions about this. Didn't he do NASCAR? Do you remember? Wasn't he like doing NASCAR or something?
He was. He was.
What a boneheaded third down call.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
Oh, sorry. It was still
All
a boneheaded.
right, now I see. It's like a quarterback run.
Yeah, to the like short side.
Yeah. Very bad play call, Lane. Go look on your plastic card for something better next time.
Baby.
What so who do you think's going to Texas A&M? That was one of the things we talked about on here today. Who's Texas A&M getting?
If Texas A&M was serious about winning, the guy that I'd go get, and it's not going to be popular probably with your audience, but the guy that I'd go get Dabo Swinney.
I would too. I like Dabo.
I mean,
I think Dabo would be the guy that replaced Nick Saban, because I don't think there's going to be when Saban retires. I know we all, like, people I'm friends with, think that there's going to be like this long line of people that want the job. Man, but we had to camp out to get. We had to camp out to get him.
All right, when Nick Saban retires, I'm hoping that Dan Lanning is still a successful coach. I like Dan Lanning. I like Weiss Jr. I like him.
Where's he at?
Ole Miss. And then I like Alex Mortensen at UAB. He's their offensive coordinator. He was here. His dad is, the
guy from ESPN.
Yeah, Mortensen. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Mortensen.
Yeah, Chris Mortensen. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, Mississippi State's got the ball.
Yeah. 2nd and 3. They got a first down.
And they run it for 2 yards.
Yeah, the runs aren't going too well for them right now. They're having more success passing.
Throw the ball.
Who are they going to hire? State.
Somebody you probably never heard of.
You don't think they'll go get see, I was thinking if I was them, I'd do like a Rich Rodriguez. I'd do some like Bobby Petrino. I'd go somebody that's like somebody that's had success.
You think Rich Rod's wife is going to say yes to going to Starkville after she said no to going to Tuscaloosa?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was at I was at dinner with your friend of mine, Baron Huber, and his family tonight for Thanksgiving. And
happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Somebody brought that up. I can't remember if it was his dad or him. They were talking about Rita.
Yeah.
How
she
thankful we are.
To Tuscaloosa.
I know. Like Alabama was just. I said that could have been your coach. Rich Rod could have been his coach. Would have coached him.
Awful. Oh, we got a little. Mississippi State might be cooking.
All right, here we go. 50, 45, 44-yard line. Do you like the hats that have the state in cursive, or do you like the M's? You like the M's?
I don't like any of it.
How about the pirate that they had last year for the bowl game?
Yeah, the pirate. That's
what I said, dude. Notch. That's what I said. Yeah, go pirate. I would go pirate with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The pirate for sure.
The funny thing is how great Mike Leach was in this league and how much he's missed, man. I mean,
hold on.
God,
John Davis, a Bama fan on 3. That's your first problem. Placed a 4-team money line parlay on Texas, Oregon, FSU, and Washington. $100 pays $128. Why? Right? He said he's the worst gambler, and that guarantees one of them to lose. Okay, well, good for you. The Trojan joke was great.
What do you think about that bet, though? Look, you might win that. Who knows? I mean, we haven't had the chaos yet this year.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be the week.
Well,
I mean, it's going to happen, right?
Chaos.
Not much, though. I mean, can you imagine there's 8 teams that can win a national championship right now.
Are there?
Yeah, I mean, if Alabama's 8th and there's teams in front of them, then that means, because I think Alabama's got as good a shot as anybody to win it.
I mean, sure. I don't disagree. Let's see. Georgia, yeah.
Yep.
Ohio State or Michigan, no.
Yep. Well, I mean, they could Ohio State lost to Michigan. I mean,
Okay,
to
all right, okay.
Ohio
Let's be
State
real.
lost to Georgia last year
Let's be
because
real
they
for a
effed it up. But
Let's be
they
real
had
for a
that game
second.
won.
I think there's maybe 4 teams that can win a national championship this year.
Maybe not Michigan, but I'd say Ohio State could win it.
No, not with Ryan Day as the head coach. I think there's 4 teams that can win the national championship. Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, and Texas. That's it.
Yeah, but Florida State, you're the only person I've heard that thinks that quarterback, the backup guy, is going to be any good.
Yeah, well, you know what? I always liked Rodemaker over Jordan Travis anyway. So I mean,
what are we expecting to see from him on Saturday?
To me, he's a better passer. He's got a bigger arm. Like Rodemaker's got a big arm. I think he's more accurate than Jordan Travis. And he's not afraid to run either. So I mean, and that's always been my issue with Jordan Travis is he's not a very good passer. I never thought of him as a very good passer.
He's a good athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. But not like a Jalen Milroe type of athlete.
Right.
Not a guy that can run the ball 20 times a game. I mean, but he was obviously a very good player. But Rodemaker is more like what I like in a quarterback, a guy with a big arm and a guy that's accurate, kind of like a Dylan Lonergan's type of quarterback.
Right.
You know, but I mean, I love Milroe. Like I just wish that the offense they ran with Milroe now was the offense that they had ran early on in the season. Because I think if they ran this offense early in the season, this was their offense that I'd been wanting to see.
You like the RPOs and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. Like I wanted to see it last year. I wanted to see Milroe in the Tebow type of offense last year.
Yeah.
Especially in the red zone when we couldn't score in the red zone. It's like, why don't we run that offense, with Milroe last year in the red zone, and maybe we would have won more games. But you know what? Somebody
20-yard line. Keep going, Megan. I just had to.
No. But somebody who made $3 million, I'm not as smart as somebody that made $3 million last year to make those decisions. But I'm just a cigar man on the internet. So,
do you like being called cigar man?
By John Davis.
Is that? Do you feel like that's demeaning, or is that like you're cool with that?
No, it's fine. No, that's kind of the running joke. Cigar man bad.
Oh.
Yeah, like orange.
All
man
that
bad.
for nothing. All that for nothing.
Brutal.
No, I did. This probably. I was my job in college at Alabama was working for U.S. Tobacco, and I was known as the Skull Man.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
No, so I know that you being the cigar man, like I know that feel.
Yeah, like I was with I was doing one of the baseball. I was at the baseball game the other day. Inside the 5.
Look at that.
Dogs. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah.
Down to the 5, like you said. You're ahead of me right now.
Sorry. I was with some of the baseball guys, and I met some of their parents, and they were like, "Oh, you're the beer guy," and I'm like, I mean, yeah,
beer guy.
Yeah, because they had gotten the guys had gotten like a couple kegs from me for like their Halloween party. Am I supposed to celebrate if they score a touchdown or no? Do I have to hold it?
Is it a touchdown? It's at the 1.
But do I have to hold it in, or can I be like touchdown?
I don't care. You're not. I mean, touchdown if you want. I don't care. I'm just putting.
Oh, that might be a touchdown. I don't know.
Look at the replay. It's a touchdown.
Looks like it.
I think it is.
It's close. It's close. Rich Rod screwed us in West Virginia. Nobody should want him. Does anybody actually want Rich Rod?
Well, I'm
I
saying
mean,
for state. I mean, like if you're them,
yeah.
who are you? You know, like what are you going to do here?
Well, I think you run it 3 times personally.
No, I don't mean that.
Tush
I mean,
push. You tush
I
push
mean,
3 times.
no. I'm saying with your coach hire.
Oh, I mean, if you're Miss State, you try to catch lightning in a bottle, right? You're a stepping program, like you're a stepping stool job. You're like, you know who I'd hire if I was Mississippi State? I'd hire Charles Huff. He's already been there. He's been a head coach at Marshall. He's done well at Marshall. You know, he coached there with Franklin, right? Or not Franklin. He coached there. He coached there with I think Dan Mullen. You know, then he came here, and then he went to Marshall, and you know that'd be a really good hire for them. Honestly.
Yeah, but dude, you know he's not. I mean, I think the only way that they get anybody that's going to be successful there is if you get somebody that has a lot of name recognition, and it's
See,
one.
I just think that this is what I think about Mississippi State. It's a baseball school, so like you got to go in there knowing that you're like third fiddle, because like that's where they're all about baseball there. You know, they can
Damn
sell
good
out a
baseball
baseball game.
school.
Yeah, huge, and rightfully so. I mean, they won like a ton of, you know, our boy Cowboy, he pitched
Yeah,
there.
Cowboy. Yeah, I love Cowboy.
Jeff Brantley. But this would be quite the upset if Mississippi State could pull it off. I doubt they will, but it would be quite the
All right,
upset.
second down. Here we go. I just don't need Auburn watching and going, oh, we can do that.
Well, I mean, New Mexico State called.
Is the are you at home
Yeah,
right
it's,
now? Are you no, you're at the mansion. Were you guys open today?
Yeah, we're open till 10.
So you were open. How's business today?
Fine. A lot of people don't like spending time with their family, so
Yeah, that's what
we're
I figured.
here. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been we were pretty busy there for a while. So people coming in to watch the Egg Bowl, I guess.
All right, here
Or
we go.
NFL. Oh, there it is. See, why couldn't we run that with Milrow last year? That's what I wanted to know. Why couldn't we do that with Milrow at quarterback last year? Like that was the type of thing that I wanted to see early on in the season.
Right. Instead of running that with Bryce, just bring Milrow in,
bro.
Because we had no creativity last year, though, dude. I mean, that was the problem.
Versus Texas, we didn't either.
I know.
You know, we've
come a long way, though, man. You got to admit.
Yeah, Tommy Reese has done an incredible job. Ever
Really?
since I took the Tommy Reese drink off the menu, incredible job.
What's the Tommy Reese drink?
Well, I made a Reese's cup. It was an espresso martini. It was called the Reese's cup.
Oh, nice. Well, you know what?
I took it off the menu.
You can get Screwball now. They have new Screwball has a new distributor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I still carry it, but that's what we made it with. We made it with Screwball, so it tasted like a Reese's.
They new distributor, so they're back on the show. They were gone for a little bit, and then I was like, man, what a great fit. Like, how are you going to replace Screwball? And my guy is actually a State fan. That's the guy in charge of it. Like, he went to school there.
Isn't there like another peanut butter whiskey though?
There's some copycats, but none. Yeah, or something.
Isn't it like Squirrel or something?
I don't know. One has like a ram's head, but none of them taste good. Like the story behind Screwball is great too. And I've had people tell me that they went to the bar in San Diego where they started it. It was like this guy from, somewhere in Indonesia. I can't remember the country. Came to America as a immigrant and then bartended, like kind of just made something out of his life and loved peanut butter and was like, I'm going to make this peanut butter whiskey shot. It got so popular there that they were like, man, maybe we should like kind of do something with this. And now it's like I'd say Screwball's one of the best. Like, it's got to be one. Yeah, it's got to be one of the best flavored whiskeys or drinks out there. I mean,
like
I've tried all.
Fireball,
Yeah,
cinnamon
but I mean,
whiskey.
Fireball's never been good to me. Like, it's okay. Like it always.
Yeah.
I'm always like, God. Like I drink like Screwball. I'm always like, it's too good because it goes down
But like
very
Crown
smooth.
Apple or Crown Vanilla.
Yeah, Crown Peach is good too.
Yeah.
You hold the fort. I gotta pour a little beer in my cup.
Have you tried like Crown Apple and Mountain Dew?
No, I would love to. Though.
But you should try the Crown Peach and Mountain Dew.
Is it? I will.
Yeah.
You don't have to twist my arm.
Do you know that? Okay, so like actually, here's a little bit of like mixology trivia for you. Did you know that the original drink created to be a mixer was Mountain Dew?
Oh yeah, with moonshine.
Yeah, Mountain Dew was the original. That was literally what it was created for, was to mix. Was a mixer. And now you got like 8-year-olds just like pounding Mountain Dew playing Fortnite. So
dude, my wife and my son got into a fight over a Mountain Dew on the way to the Bama for Thanksgiving today.
Yeah. Randy gets really grumpy if there's no Diet Mountain Dews in the house.
Like those two that got into it. Like,
yeah. Randy's like, I don't understand why there's no Diet Mountain Dews here. Why are we out of Diet Mountain Dew? Don't y'all know that's my favorite drink? He doesn't actually talk like that. This is embellishing.
I know. What did you guys have on the Thanksgiving Day menu today?
Well, actually, we had we did the Ale House. They did the to-go thing. So Leslie, didn't want to cook today.
No, why not?
I mean,
Where is she right now? In the hospital?
No, I think she's in her bed at home.
So when does she has the whole thing started yet, or it still hasn't started?
Well, I don't pretend to really understand it all, but so she started having contractions, and then that can last for days before the water breaks.
Right.
So once the water breaks, then it's all hands on deck. The baby's coming, But the thing is it's you can still not have your water break, and you can be in labor, and you don't even know that you're in labor. So
right,
the whole thing's kind of weird.
No, I know. I've been through it once.
Yeah.
Because it's you're it started, and then 2.5 days later, they were like, oh, it's over, Here's the baby.
Leslie's water broke, and then it was 48 hours later, Raina was born.
Yeah.
It was I thought and it was weird. So she's in the hospital. They're like, okay, we're going to give you something to get this going so that we can get this baby out of here. And then it was 13 hours later, Raina's still not out. And then the doctor comes in. And the doctor's
third and 8:10 to go, third quarter from the 27.
He's short. Did he die? Oh my God! Is he okay?
Oh my goodness! I think he just got knocked out.
Oh jeez. I hope he's okay.
That's why you're supposed to slide.
Oh, I dove.
No, you slide with your feet.
Targeting.
No, I mean you're not supposed to go in head first.
Well, I mean, yeah, hope he's okay. That was nasty. Really hope Jackson Dart's okay.
If he gets knocked out, this is a different game.
Yeah. It didn't look like that bad of a hit. I don't know. His helmet came off?
He just went straight into the ground with his head.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want that to happen.
No.
I don't even think he got hit in the head.
Well, it's not targeting, but his head went into the turf.
Yeah. It was his helmet came off.
He
There's
fumbled
no
the ball.
targeting here. They didn't even hit him. I don't even think they hit him.
No, you can't kick anybody out for that.
No.
But I'll tell you what, if Ole Miss is in trouble, and so is taking Mississippi State and the spread there.
Well, this is not great. Not great for the Rebels.
Who's better for Alabama to have this win?
Probably Ole Miss.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it helps Alabama. I think, at this point, honestly, I don't think it matters. Like if Alabama wins out, I don't see how they keep them out. I really don't, unless they just hate Nick Saban, which they might. But I mean, it would be the most clown thing ever. He tossed this guy. What?
Well, they did call a personal foul.
He's tossed. They tossed this guy. What is this? He didn't even hit it. Whatever. I don't understand.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. I think if Alabama wins out, I think they're in. I just don't see how you keep them out. Like, I mean, especially if they beat Georgia, the two-time national champion.
Right.
Oh, and then you're gonna and then you're gonna say, "Oh, sorry, yeah, Alabama's out."
Well, here's the thing about the Pac-12: the fact that the conference is dissolving. Like, you know, what are you gonna? You're gonna if Washington loses, it's easy to leave Oregon out and just move on if everybody else wins.
Well, and I think if Oregon lost to Oregon State and then beat Washington, I think that's the best case scenario there because I think that kills two birds with one stone. I don't think two loss Oregon gets in over any team.
Right.
And I don't think one loss non-conference champion gets in over.
Dart's not coming back in. The Sanders is running this thing now.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's got to go.
Another first down. Judkins.
Judkins is good.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, he could transfer here.
So that's two straight Judkins runs.
What are you talking about? Dart's back in.
Oh, is he back? Okay, so he did come back in. Okay.
He came to I thought he died.
I did too.
Yeah. Well, he's okay. He's alive and well. He didn't. Never mind. Anyway, here we go. Big run, 5 yards and a foul. Another exciting.
Where's the foul?
I don't know.
Look at maybe like a holding. That's not going to be a late hit. Yeah, holding.
In other news, Arkansas basketball lost tonight, which makes me very happy. Don't like Eric Musselman, and I don't like Arkansas. So we
How about Bama? How about Bama, man? Like having a good team every year, and it's like a different team.
Yeah. And the only team – do you know the only team in the NCAA with an undefeated football team and an undefeated basketball team? There's only one. Do you know who it is?
Undefeated football and basketball?
And basketball.
Oh, it's probably Liberty just because
It is Liberty.
You're bringing it up.
Yeah, actually, it's Liberty. Yeah.
There's Judkins again. Judkins looks like he's shot out of a cannon now.
Yeah. That's the one guy I would like to see get the one we do have a guy. Oh, what a move. We do have a guy on the roster that reminds me of Judkins, and his name is Justice Haynes, and I really can't for the life of me understand why he doesn't get to play.
Well, he'll play next year. You want him playing this year.
I would have been playing this year. Play him. Don't want him to transfer. Good pickup by Dart there on the corner blitz. Gets it out there. Gets a first down. Well, we're on the 11-yard line. Ole Miss is driving. Jackson Dart's completed every pass since he left the game with an injury. And then the backup running back, I don't know his name because I don't get prepared.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Inside the 5 down to the 2.
Is that Ulysses?
I have no idea. I'm not Roger Hoover. Up, he's out at about the 3-yard line, and
Yeah.
Ole Miss will take over the ball.
What do you think about Roger?
1 at the 3-yard line. And
what do you think about Roger Hoover?
I like Roger Hoover. Roger Hoover's pal.
Okay.
He got Jackson Dart lines up on the 3rd and 1 at the looks really about a Michael Penix size away from a first down. And then Judkins will carry it up the middle, and Judkins is in for a touchdown.
He deserved that.
Oh, Judkins fumbled.
No, he didn't.
Touchdown.
No, he didn't.
Fumble?
No way.
I have
but
no
they're
idea.
calling it a touchdown. They're calling it a touchdown.
I don't know. This looks really weird. I'm watching it on mute because I don't want to have the music,
Well, here we go.
Shut down for showing an ESPN broadcast.
I know. Trust me. Trying to deal with.
I even turned off all the music in the store. Tell him, Lane. I guess it's a touchdown, so we're good. I don't know what happened here. Is he in?
Let's look.
Yeah, he's in. I think he's in. Is it in yet?
Yeah, it's a touchdown.
Oh my God, it's in. And
that personal foul penalty is going to change this whole game.
Well, yeah, I mean, big time. Big time. And we're almost to the 4th quarter.
Yeah. Touchdown Dart.
And we're on to a commercial for the Bears and the Vikings Monday.
Yeah.
What a terrible Monday night game.
I mean, what are you going to do? I don't even watch any of the NFL stuff anymore.
Flex the games. Be like, hey, you suck. You can't play on Monday night. We want people to actually watch Monday Night Football.
I can't believe the Bears have gotten so bad, man.
They're terrible.
Terrible. They keep making bad draftings and stuff.
Yeah. Well, trading should have just drafted CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
It was there, but they were like, oh, no, we're going to go Justin Fields to lead us to another losing record. Huh.
So what'd you do? What'd you eat for Thanksgiving? Did you guys do turkey?
No, we had prime rib and green bean casserole, and I don't like Thanksgiving food. To me, Thanksgiving food is out of all of the holiday feasts, Thanksgiving food is the most mid. If I was gonna rank feasts, like Christmas feast, absolutely. Easter, yes. 4th of July, my birthday, Memorial Day, and then Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's at the bottom, the traditional foods, right? Because I've seen so many people try to post about ooh, look at my turkey, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's still a turkey, it's not good. I mean, I've had turkey every way you can have turkey. I've had turkey from people. I've had it from experts. I've had it from, James Beard chefs. I've had it in the smoker. I've had it.
So you're one of these guys that thinks you're not the first person to tell me this today. You just don't think turkey's very good.
Turkey sucks. It's objectively one of the worst meats. It's not good.
But people we eat it because it's tradition.
Yeah, because like what's this guy? Who's this guy? Divine Blood One. Oh man, that's I know who that is. And like he said, uh, it's poor pilgrim food. That was what the Indians shared it with the pilgrims, and Squanto. I think was it Squanto?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Like, but
I
I
think it
do
was
like hard.
Squanto. I
I
think
like
Squanto was the guy that was the friends with the pilgrims.
okay.
I think
Yeah, I don't know this one.
I'd have to Google it, but I think his name was Squanto, and they had the like. I'm serious.
I know you are, but I don't
I
know this.
no. What, you never read the Thanksgiving story in like elementary school?
I tried to watch the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown the other day and they changed
Okay,
the
well, I'm
voices.
pretty sure they talk about Squanto on it.
No, they changed the voices. It's like it's
Yeah.
not the
Okay.
same voices.
So anyway, Squanto
Doesn't
was
that bother you?
Squanto was the Native American guy that was like felt bad for the pilgrims or whatever, and was like, "You guys don't have any food. Let me bring you turkey." And so they had turkey and corn, maize as it was called, Maize, and not like anyway. They had that, and they had the corn and the turkey and maybe potatoes. I bet they didn't have mac and cheese, but I like mac and cheese, so we
Right.
have mac and cheese.
What's your like your all right,
Anyway,
first down state, two oh
uh,
no, sorry, second and
not
9
good, not
state.
great. Turkey, very bad. You can dress it up and you know, but at the end of the day, it's still turkey and it's still awful. Like chicken, great. You can do chicken a lot of cool ways. Turkey, you just can't do it.
Well,
Ham,
where
ham's
besides
good,
Thanksgiving, when does
but I can have
anybody
ham
eat turkey?
anytime. Like I
But
have ham sandwiches all the time.
when's the last you're making a good point. Like when do you eat turkey
Oh,
outside of Thanksgiving? By the way, it's third down
hold on.
again. Third and 6.
Well, my mic went out. Hold on.
I still hear you. Oh, Rogers fell.
Oh, James Huber, I'm coming back to you in a second. Let me reload this so I can hear.
All right, I don't know where Reagan went because we could hear him just fine. I don't mind turkey. I'm going to tell you guys that right now. Like I don't mind it. But no one eats turkey outside of Thanksgiving. Like it's not like there's like people eating a lot of turkey. So I guess that kind of makes it to where you don't where you don't eat turkey. But anyway, all right, you're back.
Yeah, sorry. Technical difficulties.
All right, punt 350.
Yeah.
No, 250 left in the third, and it's 10-7. Ole
I'm
Miss getting the
punting
ball
on the
back.
turkey.
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
punting on the turkey. Okay, so this guy made a good point. James M. Huber. It's probably like Huber. Yeah, I know. I'm having a laugh. So it's funny that he brings up Taylor Swift. Like I was watching the game the other night with Rocky Dale Davis, our buddy, the comedian.
Oh, is Rocky in town?
He might have been. He was. I think he's gone now.
Okay.
But he had to do some shows. He had to do a show in Nashville today on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So anyway, we're sitting there minding our own business, and then they broke, and then here comes Lisa Salters, and she's like, "For those of you that are wondering, Taylor Swift is not actually at the game today. She is actually in Argentina doing shows down in Argentina." And so for the people that were wondering, and we're like, me and Rocky were like, "Dude, we were just trying to watch a football game. Like, what do you
Right.
mean? Like, who was wondering?" But it is wild that they're like doing Taylor Swift updates in the middle of the game. Like what is going like, bro? We're here to watch football. Like, we don't really care about Taylor Swift, but
Right.
it's becoming like it's actually becoming really annoying because it's like, okay, we we didn't care that she wasn't there.
You weren't going, where's Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah, like, oh god, oh, why haven't they shown Taylor Swift? Like, oh, this guy looks hurt really bad. Oh, well,
Oh,
hope
man,
he's
he
okay.
does.
Yeah, that's sad. Hope he's okay.
I I hate that, man. God, I hate seeing guys get hurt.
Yeah, like the Jordan Travis injury on the CW that they like kept showing. It's like, sir, his freaking ankle, his foot was pointed the wrong way, and
Was
they
it?
like slowed it down and showed you exactly like how his like. And I was kind of like, I'm kind of torn because like I do kind of want to see how bad it was, but at the same time, like I didn't need to see it that many times.
Right.
Like I could have seen it once and that would have been fine with me. But like like UFC, like that's why you watch UFC. Like
Right.
you're watching UFC hoping that a guy kicks some another guy and he snaps his leg off. Like that's what you're watching UFC for. That's why I
I
watch
got to
it.
put
I
that
watch
up. If y'all don't like turkey, try some Old Crow.
Yeah. Wouldn't like that
Turkey
either.
hunting is fun. Deer hunting is fun to Jake Coker because he killed a huge buck yesterday. I bet you that guy's like on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a huge buck. All right, so there's a first down run into the line, and it's going to be second and long. I was supposed to stick around Floribama and smoke cigars with Barron, but it got too late. So I might do that tomorrow after the show. Like he's going to be on the show with me tomorrow. You got to love Barron, man. He's a great guy.
He is the character.
He's just like a fantastic person. Like he's just a really genuinely nice guy. All right, here we go. I feel like if Judkins makes the first guy miss a lot, that right there was a huge stop for State. Ole Miss has got a punt, and I think that just saved the game because if Mississippi State goes down 17-10, they're done. He may go for this though.
I think he is going for it.
They're going for it.
I don't think there's been a lot of times when Lane hasn't gone for it.
But this is why do they call this the Egg Bowl? Because the trophy looks like an egg. Do you know?
I have no idea. I'm not from Mississippi, so I don't pretend to understand any of it.
You're not going to sit here and pretend that you know why. So that's the end of the third. So we're going to the fourth now. Did I lose you?
No, Randy decided to print like 100 sheets of paper right now, so I muted my mic so it wasn't loud.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. How's Randy doing?
He's boomering for sure. He's a big boomer.
I had a good time hanging out with Randy and Debbie for the Tennessee game.
Yeah, that was a fun time. I wasn't there.
I know. Are you going to tell me that you're on the sideline?
I was. I was. What is this? This looks kind of fun. What is this preview for?
Is that Spider-Man?
I don't know. It looks fun.
I thought I saw Spider-Man. Who's your top 3 characters?
Oh, it's a PS5 bundle. Boy, I thought it was like for a movie.
Okay, because I saw Spider-Man. Who of all the like what is it? It's Marvel and what's the other ones?
I'm a DC guy.
Okay, DC and Marvel. Your three top superheroes.
Superman. Superman, number 1.
Okay.
Green Lantern, number 2. Third one's tough. I'm a big fan of Gal Gadot and her Wonder Woman, mostly because of her, but not actually the character. Boy, that's tough. Number 3. I mean, Superman and Green Lantern, probably Flash.
So I don't really care which ones they're with, but I like Spider-Man. Well, Iron Man honestly is my favorite, man. But I like Spider-Man's a close second, and then Batman third.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I don't
Downey
really.
Jr. is just so good, man. No one even cared about Iron Man back before he got there.
Oh, you're
Morton
talking
Downey
about like
Jr.?
actors, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, he's made me like a fan of that character.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, like he did a great job with the character. I will give you that. No, it's still Superman and Green Lantern and those are my 2 favorite. They've always been my 2 favorite. Or do you get So do you get the same ads down there? Because I got like a real estate ad.
Yeah, I got it too.
For
Must
Home
be
Light.
network and not local.
If you're looking for real estate, I know who you should not use to buy a house. Inside joke, sorry. But 69. Let's go. A 69 jersey. What a king. What a king. Honestly.
Who is that?
I have no idea, but it's a 69 jersey, so it's the best jersey that you can get.
I got you one.
Yeah, I know. I have it. Mom hid it. I don't know where Debbie hid it. She put it somewhere. It was sitting beside my chair, and now it's not. It's gone. It's gone to go be with Coach Leach. 4th and 3. This is a big play. Wonder if they run a little zone read up the middle with the running back. Oh, rolling them out. Oh my God! It's a first down.
You're ahead of me. I hate that.
Sorry.
Do you have
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I'm watching on cable.
Okay.
I'm watching on
I didn't know anybody had cable anymore.
Well, we have to as a business. We can't do the whole stream thing.
There you go. Dart.
Yeah. You have to have like commercial accounts, you have to have the Egg Bowl in 1979 because they were neither bowl eligible. But where does eggs come in? Like, because they weren't bowl eligible, do you eat eggs in a bowl? I'm trying to understand the joke.
I guess like goose eggs.
But they were 3 and 7, so I don't understand.
I'm surprised that State's hanging in this game like this.
I mean, I'm not. It's a rivalry game. I mean, this is what rivalry games do, man. You get your best shot. They give you the best shot. And Mississippi State's playing for their interim guy,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a touchdown.
Nah, that's a ball game.
It is.
Oh, and I think that's all they wrote for the cowbells.
Yeah. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Great play call.
Cowbells can be quiet now.
That was a good play call.
Oof. Oh, and the tight end. Oof.
That was some Oh my goodness.
What? I didn't say anything.
All right. I'm gonna go, and if Mississippi State gets stopped, then this watch party's over. We've been on here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. So
And then I was on here for like 30 minutes, and the guy said I was a jerk.
Who did?
Some guy, John Davis. He didn't like me.
Well, you came at him with that his pick.
No, he said his buddy made the pick. I didn't make the pick. I was trying to understand it. What is this? This looks like the worst guacamole I've ever seen. What is this?
Have you watched?
Hey, did you know that? Speaking, they just ran an avocados from Mexico. Avocados from Mexico. They just ran an ad for them. Did you know that that's all that all the avocados are like the cartel?
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if you're buying avocados, you're like supporting the cartel.
I saw where the cartel was mad about some avocados, and they decided to cut avocados out. Like this was probably 4 months ago or something.
Yeah, but avocados from Mexico is literally a front for the cartels. And we're letting the cartels advertise on our TV. What are we doing here? But I can't because I have cigars.
Yeah. Well, you advertise on the Tailgate show.
That's what matters.
That's all that matters. And then I think I heard you on when are you still going on Friday on Lars and Matt's show?
Noon.
No, Big Noon.
I don't do Fridays on Big Noon.
What day are you on there?
We had the incident on Fridays, and I don't do the Big Noon Fridays anymore.
Okay, all right.
With the realtor. That I'm not supposed to say anything. Bold Toast Reagan Cigar Mansion owner. Thank you, Dickie.
Yeah, Dickie. Love Dickie, man. Dickie and Noah, great guys.
Yeah, so I do the Thursdays on the Big Noon.
Okay, Thursdays.
But I usually do their show, and then I do our show. So I do their show at 1:30, and then we record our show at 2.
Yeah, get them all knocked out.
Thursday's my big media day.
Get it all knocked out.
Yeah, thankfully.
I need some for the studio here, man. You guys got to make some R&R cigar stuff that I can put in here.
Weren't we supposed to? Wasn't there somebody that said they'd make the signs?
I don't know, but if they did,
wasn't it? Didn't somebody say they had all that stuff? Oh yeah, the Pearl River man said he was going to do that.
Oh, Ryan. Okay, well we'll have to get him to make it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pearl River man said he got us. All right. I have to get out of here because I'm going home.
Okay.
I've got to go home to my 9-month pregnant wife and see about getting this labor started.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, thanks for jumping on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully she says thanks for jumping on here in about 20 minutes.
All right, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
See you guys.
Bye. There's Reagan. You guys wanted Reagan? Don't ever take Reagan so seriously that you get upset when he says stuff. It's just kind of his personality. He doesn't really mean anything by it. So he's just kidding. So if he's talking about your picks, he's just joking. All right, gang. If State gets stopped, I'm done. Because I got to get up and do stuff tomorrow. So this was Chad's show. This was all Chad's idea, but it's been fun kind of sitting here and hanging out. I don't know if these are, we were thinking about doing this for Bama games, kind of setting up and doing some cool watch party stuff. But we just thought, hey, let's just do a test. And, and then he's sick and he's like, you know how you felt 2 weeks ago? And I was like, if you got what I had 2 weeks ago, I'm thinking you're going to be, I'm still not totally healthy. All right, third down. You just get so much crap going around right now, man. Roll Tide to Noah, Dickie, and you too, and James. Thank you, brother. All right, here we go. All right, terrible. He just got rid of it. All right, gang. Look, man, we did 2 hours and 30 minutes tonight. Ole Miss is going to get the ball back and score. And if they don't, who cares? Thanks for hanging out with us, though, on a Thanksgiving. We kind of wanted to do this test run and kind of just get a feel for this. I want to remind you guys, too, with the holidays coming up, New Life Art, we got just a great deal right now. 25% off any order at newlifeart.com. Take advantage of that. That's one of the best deals you're going to get. I mean, it's the day of the deals. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow night from the floor Bama. I think Baron Huber's probably going to stop by. He's actually the guy that started that show. We've got Andrew Bone. We got Tom Abraham. We got a bunch of people coming up, so it'll be a good show. But thank you guys and happy Thanksgiving. Emergency top 5, man. Love you, brother. Thank you. Thank all of you guys. Roll Tide, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow. It's fun on a Thanksgiving. See ya.